What's going on, everybody in the BC? Craig here with another vinyl, cassette, CD, 8-track update. Haven't done one of those in a while. Haven't really shown cassettes lately, I don't know why. I've been picking up a shitload. Just kind of a quick one. Just a batch of stuff that I picked up over the weekend. Well, actually pretty much everything came in on Friday. So, let's get right into it. BC cheer, of course. What video would be without? And what's in the background. On cassette, oddly enough, David Lee Roth, A Little Ain't Enough. I've had this one for about a good year and a half now, and it's sat in shelves and I've just never played it. What enticed me to play it tonight? Just got off the phone with a buddy of mine, really good friend from like back when we were like 11, 12 years old. Musician friend, we've always been really close, yada yada yada. Well, we were talking about different stuff we've kind of been listening to and getting into lately, and he was telling me about the documentary Not Dead Yet, documentary on Jason Becker, shred guitarist. If you want to kind of trace around real quick, he did an album with Marty Friedman, and I think at least one, not for sure, but sick shredding. I mean, the guy was a fucking talent. Ended up getting diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, and basically just made him completely immobile. So, I mean, I think the only thing he can move up to this point is his eyes. So, documentary kind of talks about all that and everything else. So, got a copy of that lined up to watch that, and putting this one on, just kind of really listen to it, because Jason Becker, you know, played on it and shit. This is a sick album. I cannot believe I waited till now to listen to it. So, very cool. Let's kind of do... We'll flip-flop between the vinyl and the other stuff that I picked up. Kind of do it all in order. So, first one up, finally received the album that I did a trade with Jesse Cundiff. Always buying tons of cassettes off them, and tons of other really cool shit. And well, I had posted this album, I was listening to it digitally, and was looking for a copy, and Jesse went out, he's like, dude, yeah, I got a copy, and I totally forgot where I had seen it on the Facebook page, and yeah, he was the one who had actually picked up a copy, and kind of set up a trade and everything for it. Definitely kind of a pricier album. I wouldn't normally do a lot of trades for the really heavy priced album stuff, but you know, I definitely owe you on this one, Jesse. I still owe you on something. You're able to work out a trade, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled for something else for you, because this one you just don't see all that often, and even the prices on eBay get a little sketchy from the 20 to high range. But definitely one for the collection that I've been wanting. Matching Mole's Little Red Record. Anybody that doesn't know Matching Mole, Robert Wyatt from Soft Machine. It's his group after him and Soft Machine parted ways. So, very glad to get a hold of this, get a copy in the collection. Classic. Really tried to get more of the, really spread my prog collection out even more beyond, you know, the main stuff. I mean, I've got a pretty solid, quick side story. I've been working on splitting all the genres out of the wall behind me, and this has been a fucking daunting task. I got my metal, my hard rock, all my prog, getting into alternative, new wave, alternative rock, blues, reggae, punk. That's all those shelves down there, which are just A to Z rock right now, so I gotta work on splitting those up some more and figure all that shit out. But anyway, so I've been working more on my prog and getting more of the Canterbury stuff and spreading out, trying at least, since you just don't see a lot of that shit around here. So, thank you again, Jesse, for the trade. Rule. Awesome. So, on to a few eBay finds, which all get accredited to Travis, Mr. Final One Video. First one, he had posted this album a while back and kind of put it on my radar. I'm like, oh fuck, I need that. So I'd put like a shitload in my watch list on eBay. I think I had like 5 or 6 running at one point, and shit just kept coming up, and I never jumped on one. And most of them were all buy it nows. They were all pretty decently priced, but I just couldn't pull the trigger because there was always something else to come up and something else. And I'm like, fuck. Well, I put the bug in his ear that I was looking for, and he found an auction from a seller he'd bought from before, so he'd immediately recommend them. And the price was right. I think it was 40% off, so it ended up being just over $5, and shipping was cheap. So, near mint, really nice copy of Cahoots by the band. Beautiful, beautiful shape, and yes, the seller did an amazing job of packaging it. It's dead on with the description. So one of the last ones I was needing for my band collection. I think now. Love that Capital Target label. I think all I need now is the live stuff, so Rock of Ages and Last Waltz. So very, very glad to get this. Thank you again, Travis. You rule. So he helped me find this one. And then the next two were influenced by him. So he just had to do it. Had to show his Velvet Underground collection. I'm like, fuck, alright. He did it. I finally need to get some Velvets on vinyl. I'm lazy and I just don't have any. Not that I'm not a fan. I'm a big fan and I got a bunch of Lou Reed, but just never really jumped on buying any Velvets on vinyl. And I was like, fuck it, alright, I'm gonna do it. So, found a seller who had really reasonably priced, a couple albums that when I did the price out for the reissues and what that would all cost me, and said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy these from this guy because you know what, it's gonna end up being cheaper. The price of buying one of those reissues was the price I ended up paying for 2 of these. So, live at Max's Kansas City. Beautiful, beautiful shape. Near mint. I mean, this vinyl is unfucking played, except by me since I spun it last night. And VU. So a collection of previously unreleased recordings. I think this was 1984. Yeah, I almost said 85. So very, very cool. Again, beautiful, beautiful vinyl. Sound great. You know, I didn't know if I really wanted to jump on them. At first, I actually had the seller relist it, so nobody bid on it. I was like, hey, you're going to relist these because I want to get them. And I ended up being the only one who bid on them. But I didn't jump on them at first. I was like, you know, I really want to get, you know, the other stuff, the studio albums, you know, main stuff first. But then I started looking at other auctions and figuring out that I might as well just end up buying reissues and stuff like that because the prices are just astronomical for OGs. And then started looking at other stuff and realized that lot right there was a really solid deal. So I ended up jumping on those and start working on the VU collection from there. So thank you again, Travis, for helping me drain my wallet. That's a true BC brother right there. Yeah. Alright, so next, Goodwill finds. I did actually manage to get a vinyl Goodwill find, so we'll start with that. And you guys know, I mean, if you follow my channel enough, you know, Goodwill is really, really hit or miss for vinyl. You just don't find it. But did manage out of the mountains of just Christmas and just easy listening shit, I found this for $0.25. Best of the Doors from 1973. Check out how good a condition that cover is in. I mean, overall, very, very nice. And even the vinyl, like I pulled this out, it was random. I mean, in between stacks of just bullshit. And I pull this out and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, really? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull out the vinyl and then it's gonna be shot to all hell. And oddly enough, I pull it out, scuffs. Minor scuffs. Still got lots of gloss to it. And I'm like, alright, for $0.25, I'll take my chances. Took it home, cleaned it up, spun it last night. Perfect. So for $0.25, Best of the Doors, why the hell not? Do I need it? No, because I've got everything else that I need for the Doors on vinyl. Well, minus Full Circle and A Live She Cried. But everything else I've got. All the studio albums, everything else, I'm good. so I don't really need another best of, so I've already got the best of from '85. But hell, why the hell not? 25 cents? Fuck yeah. So, Goodwill is also good for cassettes. I think these were from, hell, I don't remember. I think I bought these all at the exact same time. No, I didn't. Fuck it, they were all Goodwill, all cheap. So let's just kind of rifle through these all real quick. We'll throw the dud in. Adamant, friend or foe. Was really excited to find this on cassette. Popped in the deck. Dud. Whatever. But did get some really cool scores. Not all of these I've played through, so maybe I've got another dud in the bunch. More. Pink Floyd. Really excited about this. Umaguma, or Umaguma, however you want to pronounce it. Another copy of Stay Hungry, Twisted Sister. Figured, might as well play it through, see if that one's good, because I think I've got one that's a dud and one that's alright. Jethro Tull, Aqua Lung, later clear cassette. Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking by Roger Waters. Drastic Measures by Kansas. I really need to work on getting this one on vinyl. That'd be really cool. I need to work on more Kansas. I've got a lot of Kansas, but I just don't have anything post Point of No Return. Oh, well, 2 for the show. Well, I have Power, but I don't have like Monolith and all that other shit. The Disregard of Timekeeping by Bonham. Actually, I have this already, but I haven't played the tape in a while to see if it's in solid shape, so I figured might as well get a duplicate. And this one, total score. Could not believe I found this one. Sketches of Spain by Miles Davis. Yeah, I was really stoked to find that out of the mountain of the crap cassettes I was seeing at that Goodwill. I'm like, the fuck? Alright, cool. And also managed to get an 8-track. Steve Winwood, self-titled, still in its cardboard slipcase. And out of nowhere, I'm getting ready to check out, and they have a bunch of just rack of CDs just randomly thrown together. It's a lot of PC games and PlayStation games and a whole bunch of other bullshit, and I find this. Raw Power by Iggy and the Stooges. Oh yeah. Totally fucking stoked, and I'm like, okay, the case is cracked, the CD's gonna be fucked. The CD's in amazing shape, so I just need to replace the case, but yeah, Raw Power. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Alright. So, that does it for the Goodwill finds. Now on to, went to my $3 honey hole, and I hadn't been there since the record garage sale. I think it was like a week or two before that I went there. And I didn't realize that all the stuff he had out for sale at the record garage sale that was marked down to $2, that was his stock from his booth, he had actually emptied out his booth. So when I went there, with the intention of picking up a couple of things that I remember him having, didn't have them. Because he was down to like 2 boxes of new stuff that he had put out, and that was it. So they're going to be slowly replenishing the new stock, which was good and bad. Good because I had new stuff to dig through. Bad because I went there with the sole purpose of picking up a couple of things, especially to pick up a copy of Here's to Future Days by the Thompson Twins, because I bought that sealed copy a while back, cracked it open, warped. And like one of those warps that I don't think the Vinyl Fly's really going to do a good job of taking care of. So, I knew he had another copy, wanted to go buy it. Obviously not there, so pissed me off. But I did manage to find some really cool shit. So, let's go through these. Nick the Knife by Nick Lowe. Very, very cool. Phil Oak's Greatest Hits. Very, very excited about this. You just don't see Phil Oakes around here, so... I mean, even though it's later period Phil Oakes, it's still fucking Phil Oakes. Really cool. And one that was actually in a crate that was off to the side that I realized it's, the owner was selling like, he had like a crate and a half of just like bullshit albums. And out of nowhere, in the middle of just dollar bin bullshit for $3, Sons and Fascination by Simple Minds. And I mean, cover's got a little wear to it, a little staining. Vinyl is brand fucking new. Dead mint. Oh, sounds amazing. I love this album. Spun it for the first time last night. Fuck yes! Great album. Great. I love Simple Minds, and I especially love the early shit, so that was fucking stellar shit. So, that does it for those finds, and then kind of had the urge that I wanted to go dig some more in the afternoon, so went to that pawn shop that I hadn't been to in a while. Their stock is really like slimmed up. They apparently just don't put out new shit or anything, so. But I was able to find some really cool stuff, so. Very, very cool to find this. Calm Animals by The Fix. Now, I've forgotten they even had this. I remember seeing it somewhere and I couldn't remember where it was, and that's where it was, so. For just a few bucks, a nice near mint copy, Calm Animals. Kind of tightened me over until the show in July. Big shout out to Vance and LJ on this one. Gamma 1. Oh yeah. I know I picked up Gamma 2 not too long ago. And beautiful, beautiful condition. Only paid $3 for this. So I know my brothers, LJ and Vance, have been really on the Gamma kick, so finally found myself a copy of Gamma 1. So stellar, dude. And finally, picked this one up for $5. I remember that they had it there. And so I kind of didn't know if I wanted to pull the trigger on it, but then I was like, you know what? The cover, here, I'll show you. Alright, so, y'all know from my video that I bought a copy of Mandrell, thinking it was a self-titled, but it ended up being the, Just Outside of Town, I think is what it's called, something like that. That was inside of it. Well, I forgot the pawn shop, it actually had a copy of this, so I went there and immediately found it. $5. I'm like, ooh. But then, you know, you kind of think about it, I'm like, well, that's the only other place I've ever seen this album, so managed to Frankenstein myself a copy of Mandrell, self-titled. So I just put the nice cover that I already had from the dollar find, and just put the other album in the trash cover, but a very, very nice vinyl on this. So now I feel a little more fulfilled, now that I've got the proper Mandrell album together. My collection feels just a little bit better and it's thanking me. So, very, very cool. So that does it for the finds from Friday. Really don't have anything else coming. A couple of things that I'm trying to, you know, situate in terms of some stuff here in the VC. Other than that, I'm just really, you know, trying to stay off of eBay. Hold back on the, you know, the funds, not spend too much. Got Tom Petty coming up in a few days, so I gotta save for gas money. Going to see Queensryche, Jeff Tate's Queensryche, next Tuesday. Just gotta have money for those shows, just in case there's something there that I want to buy. Other than that, I won't do any digging until Friday, so hopefully they put out some new stock so I can go get my fingers nimble and find a couple more $3 finds. So, on that note, I'm going to call it a day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, BC. Peace.